What's good, y'all? We back again. First and foremost, I apologize that my voice sounds like this, but I'm getting over something. I don't know what it is, but over our wet bar that you saw in our very first video, there was a mirror. But we decided to take that mirror down and put it somewhere else. We came up with the idea of putting wine racks up above the wet bar. These are the racks we went with. We'll link them in our description, and they are from Amazon. I already put all these racks together, but since I know y'all like the step-to-step tutorial, I'm gonna take one apart and put it together for you. Aside from what they already give you, which is the racks, and then they give you the mounts and the hardware, you also wanna have both of these things, pliers and a nail, preferably needle nose pliers, but I'm sure probably any pliers will work. You want to have these things right here to drill the holes. The 3/16 is probably what I would recommend. The directions doesn't say specifically which ones to use, but 3/16 works for me. And preferably the number 2 drill bit on this long attachment. Why I have all these weird specific things that I would tell you to get, you will find out in a second when we actually start mounting this up. Although these racks look good, the way that they actually mount is a little awkward because you're drilling the holes in such a tight space right there on the inside. But first, let's assemble one of these racks. Okay. All right, y'all. We got 5 pieces to put together here. There are 3 of these pieces that look similar, but 2 of them are different. You want to find the 2 that have this notch at the bottom. You see that notch? There's one that doesn't have the notch. Once you find the 2 with the 2 notches, you also want to look on the opposite side of the notches to see which one has screw holes. This one right here has screw holes at the top. This one doesn't. So that means that this is the top. You want to put the top piece, the one that has the screw holes in the notch, on top of this one here. And it fits in just like so. You have 2 type of hex screws. This longer hex screw, and then you have a shorter hex screw. You want to grab 2 of the shorter hex screws and put them into these holes here to fasten these 2 together. I know somebody's going to comment and talk about how ashy my hands are, because in one of my videos, my hands weren't ashy, but today they ashy. I'll go ahead and be real with you. All right, the screw hole at the top, and you have both of these put together by the hex screw. Now you want to tighten it up with the tool that they give you in the pack, which is this one right here. After you tighten it up, you want to go ahead and grab the 3rd piece that didn't have the notch and find the side that has the screw hole. This bottom side has a screw hole. The top side is just an open square. Put that open square into this notch here. Grab 2 more of the small screws and connect these 2 pieces together. Take your tool and tighten it up. All right, now we got these 3 pieces together. Locate these 2 pieces here. And you're gonna need 4 of those long screws to fasten these to what we just created. In case the obvious isn't too obvious, here are the 2 holes. You want it to be facing where the longer side is on the same side as these long bars. Because if you flip it this way, that is 100% incorrect. Grab 2 of your hex screws and screw it in. Take your tool, tighten it up. Now we gotta put on the bottom part. Same thing, take the other piece, make sure that the long side is coming out and secure them in with the long hex screws. That's literally all you do to put this rack together. So let's get it up on the wall. I'm gonna go ahead and keep it a buck with y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and keep it a buck with y'all. As far as finding the middle, y'all just gonna have to do y'all best. Take your tape measure across, divide that by 2, and that's your center point, and you wanna mark that. And you're just gonna have to do your best to put this right in the middle because the screws to anchor it isn't in the middle. There's no screw right here. There's 1 screw right here and there's another screw right here, which makes it hard to really figure out where to put the racks at. But I did my best on my first one and I got it mounted up. So first you wanna figure out how high up you want the racks. Dash, please. You're making all this noise in my video, bro. Go sit down. Go on over there. Go. Like I was saying, I want my racks 6.5 inches from the side of this one. So I'm gonna measure that first. All right, that's about 6.5. I'm gonna put a very, very small mark so I kind of know where I want it. I mean, so small that only I know that it's there. All right, so I basically got this one just about at 4.5 inches. Now I'm gonna do 4.5 from the center point up. Keep following me, I'm telling you. This is like next level DIY stuff right here. Now that I've marked how far I want it away from the center one and how far up I want it, I'm gonna lift it up and put it up there. Now for you, you might need another person to help you do this, but I'm just gonna muscle through it. Then you wanna take this tool right here, the needle nose pliers and a nail, because as you hold it up there or somebody else hold it up there, you're gonna use this and poke a hole through where the anchor should go, so that way you can mark that spot. Go ahead and measure it one more time to make sure the distance is good. That's about right at 6.5. You want to take this little device here and push it right through the hole. Now I marked where my bottom holes are gonna go. Here are my 2 holes right here. I mean, it's extremely hard to catch it because my camera keeps going out of focus. Next, you want to take your drill and your 3/16 drill bit. And you're gonna go ahead and drill the holes in the wall for your anchors. Take this pack right here and go ahead and pop it open. Put 2 of these anchors in the wall. I highly recommend using a hammer, but my hammer fell off the back of my truck the other day and I don't know where it is. So if you want to buy me another hammer, feel free to go to the link in the description and buy me one. Thanks. Go back to your pack, take 2 of the screws. You might need a helper, because what you're gonna do is, you're gonna lift the rack up and put it up there and put these screws into the wall. You want to screw it about 75 to 80% of what it could go in. You don't have to screw it super snug because we still got to do the holes at the top. We're gonna put the level on top to level it off before we tighten everything up. And one more thing comes into play here. This long attachment with this drill bit on the end is probably gonna be your best bet for drilling these in. Initially, I tried to use this one right here, and you can see how much shorter it is than my longer one. I know it's hard to see on camera, but here is the screw. Can't get to it that way. Let's try over the top. Now look, you can try this small drill bit and strip your screws all day if you want. I'm not gonna do that. We're gonna put this one on and we're gonna get to work. Now let's drill these in a little bit. Now for this next part, either have someone hold this up or prop something up against it so it doesn't, come falling out of the wall. I don't think it gets more DIY than this. Please have someone else holding that up there for you because obviously this looks stupid and unsafe. Grab you a good level, push the rack up against the wall, put the level on top to find that center bubble. That's the reason why I said don't tighten the bottom up all the way, because if you do, it'll be harder to do that. Now while you're up there, you might as well bring this tool with you as well, because once you get it level, you want to go ahead and poke through those top 2 holes so that way you know where your next anchors go. Now that we have our holes marked, I recommend taking the bottom 2 screws out so that way you can go ahead and put the anchors at the top. Now, all we gotta do is put the rack up there, put all 4 screws in, and then you good to go. This time I started at the top so it won't be leaning forward trying to fall. I did not screw those top all the way in yet. This is just to hold them up, and I'm gonna go ahead and get the bottom 2 started. These are not screwed all the way in yet. You can see they're still kind of hanging out. I'm gonna screw these in order of angle or diagonals or whatever you wanna call it. I'm gonna screw the top right one in, and then I'm gonna screw the bottom left one in. Then I'm gonna screw the top left one in, and then I'm gonna screw the bottom right one in. My thought process is that'll keep it from being super crooked. All right, y'all, now we got 2 of the 3 racks up. I'm gonna go ahead and put up the 3rd rack and then I'll be right back. All right, y'all, we got the racks finished. We got some bottles on them. I think the racks turned out pretty good. They hold a decent amount of bottles and they really go well with all the decor we have in the house, like the black fireplace, the black handles in the kitchen, the black chairs at our dining table. But with the bottles up there, it looks nice, elegant, and upscale. And we probably plan on doing some more stuff around the bar area, like changing out the faucet and adding some more decor. and possibly even putting some paint or contact paper over in that area.
Or some shelves.
Or some shelves.
Do you think it was a 2-person job? Or can it be a 1-man job?
It can be a 1-person job as long as you're willing to get janky, you know what I'm saying, and do some questionable stuff like you saw me do. But if you want to be safe, I would probably tell you to have a second person to hold things when you need them to hold it. Because I was using, straight?
I'm okay.
Because I was using a step ladder to hold the doggone thing up. So you probably need to use another person.
I actually love the wine rack. It was a conjoined idea. Just feel like for a wet bar, a wine rack is very fitting for the area. Well, we have some lighting over there already. You can probably see on the B-roll, but something to kind of like tone it down and just make it look like grown and sexy. Most wine walls or racks, it just looks dark and
moody.
That's the word I'm looking for. So at this point, we've already had our housewarming. We had a lot of compliments on the wine wall. People really liked it, so I can only imagine what people will say when we actually get it 100% how we want it.
Hey, if you haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe.
You always do that when I get on the video. You always do that.
You liking this video will really help put us in the algorithm, and you know what I'm saying, help somebody out who might need to see this video.
Yeah.
Leave a comment on something you think that we should have done better, or what you think we should do next to the house. And go ahead and subscribe, man. If you already here, you might well just go on sub and just chill out with us. But,
we definitely appreciate it.
Yeah. So we'll see y'all later. Peace.